Hi, this is Junghenn. I'm the Managing Director of Think Big Online. Today I just want to speak with you about education-based marketing. Now, education-based marketing can be particularly powerful if your market or your industry has a lot of reservations, or if they've got a lot of concerns, or if there's a lot of skullduggery going on in the market with people that may not be as ethical as you or may not be as experienced as you in the market, that are doing the wrong thing by people, either out of ignorance or on purpose if they're taking advantage of people in the market. Now, hopefully if you're watching this, you're not one of those people that will be doing that, and that you want to build a solid business built off relationships and built off doing a good job and building up your reputation as an industry expert. So today I'm just going to talk a little bit about a very simple tool, a very simple way that you can educate your market, build massive trust and credibility with your potential clients, and also filter out the people that you don't want to work with. So as you can see on the screen here, we've created an SEO buyer's guide because there's a lot of mystery behind SEO. There's a lot of sharks in the industry that either don't have the skills or like to pull the wool over clients' eyes and charge exorbitant fees and don't actually provide any value. Now, when I say providing exorbitant fees in SEO, it's not about getting the cheapest price, which you'll see if you actually read through this buyer's guide that we've created. But what I'm talking about is people that, and they'll bring the client on board and they'll say, we can do fantastic things and we'll get you on the first page of Google and yada yada, and then they don't provide the results that they say they will. So that's the type of people that I'm talking about. Now, with the report that you'll be creating, it doesn't need to be a novel. It could be simple as a 10-page report that runs people through. I'll go through all the questions in a moment and the structure of how to do that. But it doesn't. The main point is it doesn't need to be a gigantic thing. It doesn't need to take forever. And also remember, even if you spend a day or 2 days creating this report, you're only creating it once, and it's going to keep working for you consistently. So you can put it on your website. As you see here, you can set up a name capture. We use Aweber. You can go to getaweber, awbber.com. If you want to use this email marketing software, it's relatively cheap. I think it starts at about $19 a month, but you can build your database there, and you can also set up email autoresponders, which I might go into if we get time at the end. Now, in this video, I'm not going to go into how to set up your email sequences for your autoresponders. That's another part to this equation, but the main thing that I want to get across today is about creating this report and creating value for the community and educating them so that they don't get burnt by the cowboys in your market, and at the same time it positions you as the expert, and you can build a lot of trust and rapport with people if you're totally open and honest with them and you give them a lot of information that most other companies in your market will not give them. Okay, so if I just pull up the report that we created here, so as you can see it's in PDF format that people can download as soon as they've entered their name and email address. It's got a first page, copyright notice. They can also email me there, put an email address. Notice on every page, at the top of the page we've got our logo for a little bit of branding, and at the bottom we've got the copyright, the business name, a link back to the website, very important, and the phone number in case they've got any questions when they're going through this, or maybe they've decided that we're the company that they want to do SEO with because we've been so transparent and given them so much value in this report. Then we've got our content section. We've got about the author. Then the way I've structured this is questions to ask a prospective SEO company, because everyone doesn't know what they don't know. And so by giving them the questions that they should be asking companies, it's opening their eyes to things that they would not have thought of or possibly don't even know exist. And so we've got the questions and we've got the answers to the questions. Of course, we're not going to get the exact answer correct. However, we've explained the type of answer that a company should be giving if they are a legitimate company. Then we've got a little bit creative and put do not ask questions, because there's a lot of questions that people will ask an SEO company in our particular case that are not probably the best questions, so they're wasting their time, or they're setting themselves up to be sold to by an unethical SEO company or people that are just looking to grab their money. And so we've put do not ask questions and why they shouldn't ask them. Questions they should be asking you. This is if you're in any type of service business, even if you're in a product-based business, you should be asking the client a lot of questions, or the prospective client a lot of questions, to make sure your product or your service is the right fit. It doesn't matter if you're selling CD, you need to be listening to your client and getting feedback from them, which will, one, help build a lot more rapport in the conversation that you're having, two, help you to understand the market and understand people that are buying that particular product or service, so that you can then possibly use that in your marketing in the future or in conversations with other people that you're going to have. So instead of just putting your hand out, even if you're selling something as simple as a CD, instead of just putting your hand out and taking the money, engage in the conversation and ask them questions. In our case, particularly with SEO, it's very important that we understand what the client wants to achieve with their campaign, who their target market is, what products they want to sell, and so on. And this is something that a lot of other companies won't do. They'll just focus on the rankings, which rankings, if you've seen any other of our videos, rankings don't matter squat. It's about the traffic and the leads and conversions that you get from the rankings, but I won't go into it. It's a different topic now. The main point is you should be asking your clients questions, and no matter what industry you're in, and that's a good heading to have in there. Biggest misconceptions about your industry. This is a really good one. There's misconceptions about any industry, no matter what you're in. People will think that they can get it cheaper or faster or better, or that they're going to get a different result than what actually happens in real life. It's all about managing their perception. And so by having misconceptions chapter in the ebook or the report, you can overcome those and you can ground the reader and you can help them have realistic expectations about the industry or about the product or about the service. SEO lies, companies tell you. This may or may not be applicable to every industry. In our case, it is very applicable because there's a lot of, as I said, skullduggery that goes on in the market, and a lot of people just tell rubbish because it's still a very little known practice, and there's so much to know that it's very hard for the consumer to know what is right and what is wrong. So we've highlighted some blatant lies that companies will tell people to, basically just get their business. On that in general, if you're selling something to someone that's not going to make their life better, you should not be selling it to them. Now, I'm trying not to go off on another tangent here, but we will turn clients away if we cannot help clients with something, with their online marketing, and if we cannot make them a positive return on investment back, we will not work with them in the first place. And you should probably be thinking about that in your business. Instead of just going for the money grab, think about what's the long-term value of that relationship. If you turn someone away and you can give them an advice and say, look, this isn't probably the right product or the right service for you, however they could look at doing something else, you're going to build massive rapport and trust with that person, and you don't know, they might refer another 10 people to you over the next 2 years, which you would not have had you sold them that product or service that they found out a couple of weeks later was not right for them. They're not going to refer those 10 people or whatever it may be to you, and they're not going to remember you as the trustworthy, reliable person that they had come in contact with if you'd been totally transparent with them. And so don't just lie to get the sale. Make sure that you offer true value and you think about what's the client going to get as a result of engaging with your product or service. And so if you think about it, you're going to come up with a lot of potential questions and lies that other people might tell in the industry just to go for the short-term money grab. Interesting facts about SEO. We put this in here as more education about different statistics and little known facts that aren't commonly known by our target market. Now, I'm being totally transparent and open here. However you choose to perceive this is up to you. Some people might be judgmental and some people might see it for what it actually is in part of the sales process, because as I said, this is education-based marketing. So while this is a valuable, totally transparent tool that you can use to promote your business, it is a marketing tool and it is part of your sales funnel to bring new business in. So with the interesting facts about SEO, there is interesting facts in there that help people to realize that they need SEO. They need to be doing SEO and why it's so important to get started now. This is starting to pre-sell them on why they need SEO. We've already built massive trust and given huge value up here. In our Do Not Ask questions, we've also pre-screened people and I guess filtered out the people that we don't want to deal with. And now it's our turn to start to persuade them to do business with us. Or well, it's about getting SEO done, but obviously if they're reading this from us, then it's sort of suggesting that they should be doing business with us. Now, other tips was just a little bit more information, just a little bit more of a value add. We just had some other random tips that kind of didn't fit into any other category there. We also put resources, another value add, so just some tools that people could use to check up on their SEO company or check out a prospective SEO company. And so those both another value add. And then we've got our call to action at the bottom. We've got our free SEO audit, $330 real value, which we normally do charge for. However, as part of our marketing funnel, I guess here, we've got people opt into the email database, and then after they've received this free report in the email, then they get sent another email and it says, have you got any questions or whatever, and we give them a chance to respond back to us and engage in conversation with us. And then they're followed up by another email which says, if you would like this free SEO audit, I believe it's at the bottom of this report as well, then you need to go to a hidden URL and fill out your details, and we will do one of these SEO audits valued at $330 for your business and then send it to you. And so this is qualifying them again. If they've got to the end of this report, I think it's about 27 pages long, if they've read through everything, we know they're fairly qualified and they could be a good prospect for us to work with and help grow their business through search engine optimization. So think about a gift or a one-time special offer. It could be some sort of a discount or a coupon or something else that you could add of value to the prospect at the bottom. And you want to have a very clear call to action showing them exactly what to do to be able to redeem that special offer or take advantage of that offer.